spot there at the end. I like the finish. I like that spot where she went for the soul snatcher on the apron, which would have eliminated her regardless. Was incredibly dumb. But the men's match was just egregious with some of the shit that they did there. I don't understand it. I really don't. Multiple people in this match together. And they have to be in this. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. That'll work. Boggles my mind. It really does. Alexander's Gargano. I don't think he's got enough. Or Dynamite got 654,000. The house is being larger. AEW Horizon. I don't think the weekly houses are that much larger. I think they're pretty much what they've been. The 654 highest Dynamite total, I want to say, since September, but there was also a change. Which I'll talk about on Sunday, the Nielsen numbers, because a lot of people and television executives were complaining because the numbers were down across the board, especially for wrestling. WWE, AEW, TNA, and last week they made a change to try to improve some of the numbers. All of a sudden, wrestling's back up. SmackDown. So, that's great. Bringing that direction. That's great. So now, like, it's everyone's got their panties in a bunch. We're wrestling. Took it up. Toya says CM Reigns. LOL. Leperto says CM Reigns. Best in the bloodline. Just use them together. Good old CM Reigns. Jake Stevens, who's going to be back in America tonight.
Come on down, buddy. I got everything for you.
Jake Stevens, where were you? Were you on vacation? Biggest sound game to come back from something. You know, there should be 7 degrees.
Right there, top.
What are you talking about? No, that shouldn't be a thing. You're going to start something here. We have there. We get 6.9 champions. Obviously going to be Lynn Steph. Are they going to be Tiger? And that's going to be eventually. We'll see it. Legends out there. Yes, I don't know how they are going to do that because he doesn't make a choice for a few more weeks. He may make it a money and a few weeks go by. You would think, why wouldn't they have someone in that chamber?
I can forget.
Right? And then at the end, like if Liv ends up choosing Stephanie in 2 weeks, let's say. So for all women who end up in the chamber, it's not me. And then if they end up winning, they would just really feel respect and so you can do that. Maybe that's why they're doing that, because you're probably right. They're going to have to find some women from Raw. So good luck. Charlotte, Alexa is in a qualified match next week, right? Alexa's going to get it. Charlotte Flair's going to get it. Okay, so Tiffany's already in. You're going to have Tiffany, you're going to have Charlotte, you're going to have Alexa. Yeah, I mean, God, well, yeah. I still got my fingers crossed. It might be a small chance, but maybe Bianca ends up being a champion. You got a good point, though. Okay, maybe a little short-handed on the SmackDown side. Beach in and beat them. I really think it was in matches with Jade at live events where they got hurt. So we haven't seen them since they wrestled the Jade. Just Solomon said, do you remember the last Raw episode on Spike TV where they tried to censor it was a USA Network? It was 2005. Yes, that's right. When they came out like heavyweight, and you started good luck to Papa John's trying to beat Roman Reigns at the third I'm going to try. Let's go with my best. About Papa John's. I had a friend who tried Papa John's. He said it tasted like garbage. So, didn't get a big Papa John's endorsement. Brian Jenkins says, if WWE holds a Dragon versus Lesnar match, a like David versus the Lion. That guarantees you one round of beat them up. That's different. Snow out of Providence. Well, I'm not in Providence. Which is very good. Yes, they said that it will be 7 degrees tomorrow. I don't know what the wind chill is going to be because they're going to have like 15 mile an hour winds. They're not ready to be can't wait for another Golden Pizza next time you go to Chicago. Never heard of it. Well, when I'll be in Chicago in March, and I will not be having pizza. Because if I do have pizza, that's going to be, I feel bad for everybody on that flight with me. No more pizza for me. God, when last time I had a slice of pizza? It's got to be 15 years by now. Alright, here we go. Before that, Hulk Hogan and Edge. They were tag team champions for a few weeks. They actually won the titles on the 4th of July. Or at least that's when they found Mickey James stepping into the ring. Will she be stepping in TNA Hall of Fame? WWE Hall. And Mickey James will be taking on AJ and Styles. AJ Lee. I'm still expecting her to wrestle Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's fixing Dave Meltzer. But not just Dave Meltzer. Not just Dave Meltzer. It is money Dave Meltzer. It is the Rainmaker Dave Meltzer. And I gave that bell because look, Dave. I'm thinking, but Dave Meltzer step into the light. And you say, don't mind it. Don't mind it. Don't mind me. Imagine something. 5-star match if I've ever seen. Fried chicken. Sundays every year on WWE and NXT will be hosting this if any wrestler, team, or faction from either one to join their party. Well, I kind of answered some of the questions on Wednesday. I can tell you what, not mutually. Don Callis family party. Because I never, I sure as fuck ain't gonna be hanging out with the MFTs or the Lions. I just think that would be a weird party to be a part of. So I would say, since you pretty much opened it wide to any team or wrestler or faction, maybe anything else. Every time you meet the booker, get a certain goal, pick the venue, the Madison Square Garden out there, the Tokyo Dome, or get home. the year to go. It's unbelievable. OMG. It can be down for 5 years. For 5 years. It can be a long battle. It's WB. It's a lot of good stuff. That's nice. Okay. That's right. They find I don't know. I mean, people may have that one here right now. That one's so at least I'm going to get to replace this. You can call him up if he wants the job. He's got a question. So it would be, I feel like politically, there would be a lot of politicking going on in the states. I think that multiple people might be up. I think Johnson got enough going on right now. So when you're suggesting that Johnson can get more shows you that after watching real. I can't. Oh my god. My god. There's no such thing. There's no on-camera, on-screen some moments that I would consider my favorite anything. Imagine if they brought back some. Let's see what it's done. Cody Raheem would take the Triple H spot. Well, Cody is another one who's expressed interest. But again, so long as they're active, that would be terrible, by the way. You can't be a player coach in wrestling. It doesn't work. The conflict of interest is just too great. That was always my issue with the EVPs in AEW having EVP titles while they were still active wrestlers. Like, you were just asking for trouble by doing that. Oh, you want to know my favorite Russo moment? There it is, right there. Look what just popped up on screen. The only time that we ever saw Russo and Cornette on screen together next to each other. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. See, fake. It was fake. Never my favorite Russo moment. Maze said menu ID in City Field. Loser sleeps with the rats.
Motherfucker, dude.
Episode 950. So, and everybody go wish JDA a happy birthday. So, it's his birthday. So, happy birthday, brother. We got new TNT coming up next week as well. A lot of good shit. Be well. Stay safe. Have yourselves a warm weekend. It'll be cold. And I'll see you back here next week. We'll do it all over again. Until then, take care, it's like, wow, it's very long.
Probably. Go potty, buddy.